Jim, and do watch this aircraft right from the moment it takes off, because he goes straight into his display, and I think you'll be impressed by the sort of manoeuvres that he'll be performing. We won't be getting the gyroscopic tumbling like the Rockchavac that Pete was talking about, but you'll still see a very impressive display of aerobatics. And you'll be impressed by the short takeoff and landing capability, and also by the smoke system, which is a Pete Tyndall smoke system used on the exhaust with Pete Tyndall smoke fluid. There he goes, he's airborne in just a few feet, straight up, throttling back and rolling. You'd expect him to open up the throttle, and it's not just one or two rolls, he's actually going into a rolling circle, where the aircraft describes a circle over the ground while rolling as it does so, which is a very difficult manoeuvre to do when you're sitting in the cockpit, let alone trying to work out which way is right and which way is left when you're controlling it from the ground. Now, Steve actually loves the rolling circle, so we'll be seeing one or two more of those later on, with other than just the aileron rolls that Steve showed us there. So this aircraft is powered by an engine of two pairs of 275cc pistons. There we are, the classic loop-the-loop. Now up for a stall turn. Now when an aircraft does a stall turn, it doesn't mean that the engine stops. The engine doesn't stall, that keeps running. What stops is the wing lift. So the wing stalls. Therefore it falls back down to the ground. Now you can see that as well as the exhaust smoke, which Steve's just switched on there, he's also got smoke canisters on the wingtips, and he's doing a rolling circle now with 4-point rolls going round, so stopping every 90 degrees. Again, a difficult enough manoeuvre to do when you're just flying straight and level, let alone when you're trying to carve out an arc over the ground below you. As well as those red smoke trails coming from canisters on its wingtips, he's also got green canisters on the wingtips as well, so we should see those later on. And then a stall turn, which is a good manoeuvre for reversing the direction of the end of the display. Up now, it looks as if he's looping a loop, but this is a vertical 8. A horizontal 8 is quite a common aerobatic manoeuvre, but you rarely see the vertical 8, where the smoke trail is leaving a figure 8 there in the sky. Horizontal 8 is also often referred to as a Cuban 8, and many aerobatic sequences include a half Cuban, pulling up as if for a loop, then rolling on the 45-degree down. So if people talk about a half Cuban, they don't mean a cigar, it's an aerobatic manoeuvre. This aircraft is made from light plywood and balsa wood, with the fuselage, the wings and the tail. Now floating straight down and relying on the power he can generate through the propeller to stop it crashing. And in fact, Steve believes that this model is the only one of its size and weight to be able to drop hang in the world. We'll be seeing him doing that even more later on, just hanging off the top, making no forward progress over the ground at all. So this aircraft has an amazing power to weight ratio. Look at that, going from flying very slow, straight and level, straight up into the vertical and into a torque roll, where the torque of the engine is what keeps the aircraft rolling, and will very importantly generated at speed over the wings. If you were here last year, that would have been the first opportunity to see the aircraft in this new red and white livery. Previously it was blue and yellow. Now a very slow roll. I grabbed that from Isabel, the tutor commentator. You'll hear her later on.